So we're continuing with reviews of microphones for violin or string instruments in general. Today I have a pretty interesting microphone, and what I have in my hands really is a microphone for violin, even if it doesn't look like it. Well, this microphone came to us from Portugal. Today our guest is the iMIC microphone, the Apollo model, specifically their violin version. I think you can basically amplify any instrument with their solutions or their microphones, but today specifically we're going to be reviewing this one for violin, well, the Apollo model. Well, this microphone is quite compact. It's a 7.6mm microphone. In general, what we see here is what will be attached underneath the violin, and it comes with a 2-meter long cable. It comes with a Nutric XLR connector, which is basically one of the best on the market. This makes it very lightweight, although you can also request the version with the smaller connector, let's say, to connect it to your wireless system, whether it's AKG, Shure, or well, I think I specifically Sennheiser as well. But anyway, this is an SM microphone that is an electret microphone, also known as a condenser microphone. You're going to need phantom power amplification, as I think is the case with most or all violin microphones on the market. It gives you great quality. We'll test it out in a moment, but provides a range from 20 Hz up to 20,000 kilohertz. In other words, you're going to have a pretty wide sound range. From what I know, it's the same microphone for different instruments or different installation methods, so that it covers that entire dynamic range. This microphone is extremely sensitive. In general, it's going to pick up even the most delicate nuances of your instrument. It has a maximum SPL of 135 decibels, which means it also lets you play pretty loud or capture quite strong sounds without distortion. It also has a dynamic range of 116 decibels, so in that regard as well, you have pretty broad coverage. By dynamic range, it means it can capture very soft, very quiet sounds, so whether you're going to play pianissimo or play very loudly. And the weight of this microphone itself, not counting the cable or connector, is just 4 grams. So when you put it on the instrument, you won't even notice it. And I think that's one of its biggest advantages. We'll also see that the position where it's connected is quite interesting. But I think this is exactly what everyone is asking. Where or how on earth do you install this microphone? And what we see is that this is going to be inserted under the fingerboard of your instrument, and the cable will come out back here. Specifically, I recommend that you run it behind your violin shoulder rests, so that in this case, if it gets pulled, it will only pull up to this point, right? I mean, at the point of the violin shoulder rest. And in this case, we can see that it's going to hang from this part. And well, I think it also becomes more comfortable so that it's not hanging from here as it would be if it were hanging down to the floor. In many cases, you might not have another solution. For example, when I do sound tests, I can't run it under here because the cable is very, let's say, short for this. Especially since I don't want to run it right now through any other cable or any other device. I'm going to connect it directly to my audio interface. But that's only because I want to give as accurate an example as possible without any correction, or rather anything that could cause distortion or well, worsen or interfere with the sound. In this case, it doesn't matter if we run it over the top here. It doesn't affect anything when playing. So, well, there you have it. If you put it on your wireless system, it will sit down here and it will be quite comfortable. And in this case, well, if I'm going to put it on the floor, it's more than enough, although we will be cutting it pretty close in terms of length. So I think it might be a little tight, especially since the effects are usually on this side. I mean, on the right side. But now let's get to what we're all interested in, which is how this thing sounds. What else can I tell you? This is a microphone that's designed so it doesn't damage your instrument. I mean, this cable, which I'll also show you a close-up of here, well, it's a cable covered in fabric, so honestly, I'm not worried about it scratching my instrument. I can confidently say or recommend that you can have it here without any risk of damaging the varnish on your instrument, on the body of the violin. As for the price of this, I suppose it's still going to vary because it's a pretty new product. In fact, they're sending it to me, or we're doing this review before it's officially released to the market. So for now, you can only contact them through Instagram. They're about to launch their website where you'll already be able to request it or make a purchase online. As of today, it will be around 150 to 200 euros plus whatever additional cost there may be depending on the country you're watching from. But anyway, it's better to contact them for that, and I hope that soon, if the website is already up, I'll add it to the description or put it in the comment. What did you think? Overall, I was already doing some tests here. We were making loops. I was playing around. For me, well, I'll check it out more in post-production. I mean, I'll listen to it then, but as I'm playing it right now, as I'm recording this video, I like it. I like what I'm hearing, at least here in the headphones. Overall, I really like the position where it's placed. Honestly, this is the first time I've had a microphone on this side. I had tried another microphone where you put it under the strings from this position, and in this case you have the microphone here under the fingerboard. Sometimes I also do pizzicato here, kind of in a guitar style, and it doesn't get in the way at all. A lot of violinists complain that when they have these gooseneck microphones and they reading sheet music, some find it gets in the way, or when they breathe they blow on the microphone, or mainly the most common problem is the bow. So with this you won't have any of those issues. You're also less likely to accidentally blow into the microphone or have air hit the mic. It's really good. I thought it would be more muted, more muffled, or more nasal because it's hidden in there, and also because of this foam or rubber holding the microphone. But I think that once you amplify it or use it in an open space, you can really tell the difference. And basically with that, it covers all the areas where you might need a microphone. I think the price is really, really good. I even think they probably have some room to raise the price later on. For now, I like it. Many thanks to iMIC for sharing this microphone as well for the channel, for all of you, for everyone who follows this channel. And let me know in the comments what you think, if you like the sound. Later on, we can do a comparison of all the microphones I have, but let me know in the comments if you want us to do something like that, an exercise like that for the channel or for the subscribers. I'm keeping an eye out. I'm Eduardo Bortolotti from Violin Versátil. See you next time.